Okay, in session one, we are going to talk about interview and its ecosystem in organizations. What I mean by ecosystem is how organizations arrive at the type of talent they want and how do they really go about soliciting such talent, and what could you do to be available at that water holes. Very simple. Sometime I've seen recruitment, I be recruited because I happen to be there. Let me tell you this also. Many people ask me, Captain, despite your modest educational background, how did you grow so much? On two occasions, it happened to me. I grew not for my hell of a writing in books and journals or something else. I happened to get upgraded to the next level to the role of my bosses just because I happened to be sitting and doing a great job of mine, whatever I was given to. So this is the point I wanted to draw home when I say what influence interviews outcomes and why interviews outcomes are always fuzzy. Like the way I said, 7 interviews I gave, 4 I thought I did a rocker of a job. I got a regret letter. You are nowhere. 3 I never even bothered to check back. They said, "Can you come for the next round of interview?" Why is it? What's happening in this space is what we will explore. Interview is a multi-point decision process, and it is not a singular uniform decision unless it is a private company where the owner takes a call or the owner's family members take a call. In professional outfits, it's generally a well discussed and informed decision process. So there are multiple stakeholders within the interview itself, and how the stakeholder rivalry can also kill a candidate is what we will see. Types of interview, I think you should be generally familiar. Don't be bothered too much. And when I told you about my story about a candidate knowing my Facebook background of shuttle photographs and all that, stay on this line of, I'll ask you this question. When I told you about the shuttle guy, that guy very cleverly knew what I like, and he said, moment I asked him hobby, he said, I am very good in shuttle. That's it. Next 5 minutes, I was on with him. What is your comment about the interviewer? I've narrated this picture again because that is coming up at the next slide. So I want to communicate with you and see your chat box response. I, as an interviewer, asked this question as to what are your hobbies, and the guy jumped immediately and said, "Shuttle is the only hobby. I eat, live, die by that only." Then, after 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes, I was engaging with serious conversation. What's your view on this as as an interviewer? I'm saying, can we have some experienced candidates write something on this? There are quite a few experienced guys. What is your comment about the interviewer on this interaction is the question. Guys, are you there? Is that, am I audible? Can somebody put a mark on that? Yeah, yeah. Okay, Miss Radhika, can you tell me what do you find in this whole thing? Or anybody can answer. Maybe Amit or Sonal, or I saw some other names also. What do you think about the candidate? Maybe you have got impressed and asked easy questions. Very good. Maybe I'm impressed. Okay, the interviewer got impressed because it was his area of interest. Very good, Mahesh. Then it means that the person was curious about you and found details of you. Very good. I mean, you are meaning the candidate. Okay, good. All right. Thank you. I want to force more answers. Oh, it's coming. It is the first positive spark. The candidate was meticulous and smart. He could have thought of first impression as best impression. Wow. I don't think I should run this program for this audience actually. I'll go back. I asked that question with a specific point in mind called interviewer bias. Technically, I didn't do a good job of that. Incidentally, that guy landed up in some moral issues and left asked to leave the company. That is the actual story of that person. But the point is, I carried a unconscious bias towards those people who play the game of shuttle. It's very important for you to understand these biases of the interviewers. Now there is no need for you to go and find out what Captain Raghuram does or what Miss Radhika does or Mohammed Shafi does or whatever. You go into Facebook. I think right from you feeding your puppy to the neighbor story, everything is in Facebook on real time basis. So it is very easy for you to find out what tickles this guy. And also, I will cover this under preparation. When that is my 3P technology, which I will talk. It's important for you to know how these biases impact decision making. Next is about your body is one of the fabulous organ to communicate your messages. Unfortunately, we strongly believe we should go to the gyms and build a body without understanding what so many the Eastern technologies have taught us to know about your body and breath. If somebody is good in yoga, will swear and die by it, because that seems to be the panacea for many of your emotions and tensions. Therefore, knowing the body organ parts to tell you a different feelings is very important for you, especially when you are attending an interview or preparing for an interview. If you recognize your body signals, it is a good chance that you do a classy job in the interview. I used to be an opening batsman in cricket in my college time. I played a decent level of the game. But every time I tie my pad and go, remember those days there is nothing called your shin pad, your wrist pad, or helmet, and all that. It's all your head only the target. So if you survive, you are happy. That's it. Even after playing so many matches, when I walk into the ground, I used to have a churn in my stomach as opening bat. There is a fear always if I bloody get out in first ball, I put my team in trouble. It used to be a tremendous pressure on me. I didn't understand those things then, but I did some amount of work around that NLP, neuro linguistic, and all. I found this is relevant, which I will share. So, this is what will happen in session 1. I guess it is appropriate and fine. Okay. I'll ask for a feedback after 2 or 3 slides. In session 2, we will learn about this is my own concoction, preparation, 3 P's framework. How will I prepare for the interview? Initially, if you look at the structure I'm giving is know about the interview context. How does it interview fan out in a boardroom or a conference room of a company? You know that. Now, before entering into that, you have to do a series of steps. What are those is what we are going to share with you in session 2. 3 P's framework: prepare, practice, perform. And there are elements covering each of this, which will of great value to you when you sit through this program in all the 4-5 classes. Another important point which I observed in my experience as an interviewer is thought structure. You ask a question, there are guys who are bang on, exactly know what you want to hear and talk exactly the way and manner and time and be done. And there are some who take you around the whole country. And finally, no, I don't know where I started, sir. Can you tell me, repeat the question? Many a times we had seen this syndrome happening. Therefore, the thought structure of you in elucidating an answer is very important. For that, there are many tested models. This can be Googled and found out. I don't know how to teach you. This is all there also. Called a STAR model, which talks about situation, task, action, results. And if you practice yourself in answering any question in these 4 questions, it is chances that you do a better response to the questions of the interviewer. What am I to showcase in the interview? You will be worried or I'll be concerned to know what is that overall they're looking at me for. That is the question, the dilemma most commonly, especially when you're younger in career. This is the dilemma you have. Experienced candidates have a different dilemma because they have to explain many things, why they have done, why they are not done. They are not going to be asked, what do you know? So, but here, when you are in the young age years of 4-5 years of basket, this practice would help you to do a lot of good jobs in the days to come. I'll move on to session 3. I think this is an interesting session for you people. This country is mad after cricket. If given a chance, IPL will even be run now, whether COVID or no COVID. That is a fanatic orientation of the population of India towards cricket. So I use some cricket words. I'm sure even from the attendees, quite a few people are cricket buffs and very keen. Actually, I don't tell others. I though I grew cricketing almost 20 years. Actually, I don't like it much now. Okay, here we'll be discussing more about types of questions. What types of questions can I expect? There are varieties I will discuss later. How to respond to questions. You know Dusra, right? And you know Googlies. And there are very innocuous questions I ask, and I get the most dishonest answers. But the candidate feels he has given me a terrific answer for that question. So you think you are done with a simple question, and you feel happy that you answered very well and come out and tell everybody. But the interviewer takes a different cue from your answers. What is that is what we will explore. Your responses to Dusras and Googlies, we will talk about it. Another dilemma most candidates have is, can I ask a question? So now I'll ask this audience, can we ask questions to the panel members? Can we have a chat box response on this? Can we ask questions as candidates who are in desperate need for a job, to ask some questions at the end of the interview when they ask you? Ganesh says yes. Sripati Raghav says yes. Can I know why it is important, Sripati or Sonal? Oh, most people say yes. That's very good. But why? Okay, you should understand the role, right? Lovely says no. Very good. Why should not ask? Your name is Lovely, right? Yeah, Lovely or yeah. Can you tell why you should not ask questions, Lovely? Can you punch in? Okay, no problem. I think we'll cover it up when you attend the other sessions. Chirdeep says, yes, it shows that you are keen on the job and want to contribute, so need more clarity. Very good answers, almost from all of you. I'll switch back now. So this question also keep coming in the people's mind, whether I could ask questions. Uh, uh, we will uh, we will discuss that in detail when we go into the sessions per se. And more importantly, what does a smart interview closure means? How will I close the interview in a smart manner is also equally important. So the way you prepare, the way you enter, the way you address, and the way you close all communicate a set of character traits of you. Remember this. In a way, if you look at you as a product, it is a positioning, right? Positioning is just not about packaging, it's about content, it's about pricing, it's about quality of the features. So your positioning has to be top class. This is what we learn. Session 4, it's all about body language. It's all about body language. Can anybody tell me what is the percentage of the impact your words have on the receiver of your message? Question is, assuming uh, how much percentage of what you say is conveyed through your words? How much percentage of your communication impacts the other in terms of words you speak? Can somebody say? Mahesh says 100% of the words you speak. Is that what you are saying, Mahesh? Chirdi says 20%. Amit says 50%. Very good. Very good. Good. So you are saying 60% of the words I speak influence the listener. Good. Very good. Then let me tell you, you will be in for a rude shock. Research has proved only 6% of the words you speak has ever had an impact on the listener. How is it? Research tells the words you speak have only 6% impact on the listener. Any response? Surprised? Shocked? Interesting? That's a catch. Therefore, what about the balance 94%? Someone is out completely. Thank you. Sanjay is equally bold. This is not Captain Raghuram's theorem or theory. It is a research done by various leading neurological science practitioners and research analysts as to why can't people do what I say. I think this is a classic question experienced managers always struggled in office. Sir, I have told him hundred of times. I told him, I कितना बार बोलना है इसको पता नहीं मुझे. I don't understand. How many times I have to tell him? He's not able to do it. I used to only ask him, you told him or you communicated to him? No, I told him. I said, there is a difference. When you communicate, you look for confirmation whether he has understood what I said in the same form, order, and manner. When I tell somebody, I don't care whether you understood or not. I told you and moved on. That's the difference. Therefore, they say the words you speak has the least impact on the decision on the others. This is a universal fact I've seen. I had consciously tried very many stunts in stores and shops and other places. I got very good results of this, good and bad both. So remember this. So this is why I talked about this point. There is a common understanding that if I speak well, I can get a job. I'm sorry, buddies, it is not. If you speak well, maybe I'll give you one more glass of water at best in the interview panel. I'm expecting a more holistic, more consummated performance from the candidates when they come and articulate as to what they have done. Remember this. But almost you can be a dumb. You can be a dumb and still get a job, provided you are strong on the other 93. What are the other 93% is what we will talk about. Virtually, it means that if only 6% of my words make an impact, what about 94%? Then as well be a 6% dumb and 94% active. What is that? That is what we are going to talk in terms of body language, the showstopper. So many times I have been a criminal myself of having taken a view on people based on their body language or many other aspects which is not relevant for the job. Faculties of body language. What are the manner and form in which the other person picks up signals from us? When I say body language, it is not one a Milan Soman type of a body. My age group or my referral role model is Milan Soman. So it is not one Iron Man type of a body. It talks about many other faculties God had bestowed or endowed us with. Appearance and presence, power of posturing. So how well we communicate is a function of minimal function is of the words you speak, but 95% of them are covered by what you convey through your body to the recipient. An important lesson in the interview is this. So that is what session 4. Session 5, I know that we are just taking 5 minutes more than the expected 45 minutes. It's okay. I'll just run around. In session 5, we will talk something about what are the current trending in interview practices going on. Quite a few of you are familiar with this tools called psychometric analytics, psychometric tools. They are not new. They have existed in the world 30, 40 years back, right from Mayers and Big Type, invented in 1950s and 60s, to the latest ones, which is driven based on data analytics and AI and so on and so forth. So we will touch about a few points on latest trends in the interviewing space. And invariably, you are going to be seeing, as I told you, as a digital learner, organizations are getting digital organizations. Already, companies have said 75% permanently in home, TCS. So many, I don't name any company. So many companies are moving to that model. Means you got to be proficient and efficient in handling a bit of technological gadgets around you, and also to create the environment which is conducive for you to perform during such shows. That's what we'll do. And the last one I said about COVID. Forget about COVID. COVID or no COVID, the job stress will always be there on us. Under such conditions, what am I to do to really pull myself up? They are all my own variations. They are not from any research. I may share a few things which I have done in the last 4 years. When I retired also in 2016, my family members are worried how to keep this guy safe at home. He has been going around 30 years all over the place and been very active at home also on calls and laptop. वो क्या करेगा यार, मेरा जान खाएगा. This bugger will take my life out. How to manage him was my biggest worry of my close family members who actually plotted something to neutralize me. To that extent, stress can play on you. So we will look at, I will share what it worked for me, and if it makes sense, do it, otherwise dump it. Cool, not an issue. So um, actually I have come to the end of this program, and somewhere I got a feedback when I did a test run. Someone wanted some amount of exposure. I'm going to ask you one simple question. uh, I'm flashing the slide in front of you. Tell me something about you. So if this is the question asked in the interview, I know some of you would have seen the answer, don't worry. How would you respond to this? Tell me something about you. I'm sure you should get some response. Can some experienced candidates pitch in? Quite a good response. I'm very happy with Ravanya, Ganesh, and Amit, Rajan. Rajan, I have not seen you anything writing after that. Mohammed is very active. Lavanya is very active. Kush, you have gone silent. Prem has slightly gone silent. Ramki is silent. Jyoti is not active. Come on, guys, respond to my question. If somebody asks you, tell me something about you, how will you start the discussion? We will brief about all our points about us. Good, Lavanya, I really appreciate. Do not say your name. Mahe, you should be short and clear and explain the question, and our should be interesting. Then, good, good. Siradip, number of experienced family members, area of interest, good. Well, I won't take much time. This is what happens when such questions are called your innocuous googlies. Huh? See what happens. I come across the common error, sir. Do you want me to tell personal or professional perspective? Many people have asked me this question, even the experienced one. Tells that clearly they are not prepared for the interview. And they go about repeating everything they are given in the CV, which I would have read it by anyway. So you have wasted your opportunity. Or you start with that and you go on and on and on and on, don't know when to finish it. A better response are given, short, crisp, and interesting. Highlight how you like. Look at what I am looking. When I ask this question, what I am looking at you are the following. How is this guy's flow of narration? Is it short, brief, engaging, and coherent? Does he have a reasonable command over the language? And when I become restless because the story is very boring, is this guy picking up the signal from my body language? Or he goes on and on and on and about? This is what happens. So, like this, I have 10 to 12 sets of questions which we will use as a resource in the discussions in the ensuing sessions, in the appropriate sessions. So, that is what this is, a sort of a exposure you are going to have in the following session. They are very practical from the world of practical experiences. So, to that extent, you will be benefited, is all I could say. It is your call. And thank you very much. I virtually done what is the objective of this day I started with. Question and answers and feedback is what the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to switch back to the chat box, and I'm not going to use any more slides on this now. Okay. So your personal, okay, right, Mohammed. I really appreciate. Good. We really appreciate you taking time and joining us. Oh, thank you. I guess you are telling for that me, love and lovely, or you are telling as an interview answer. I don't know. Okay, Sonal says, amazing, sir. Thank you, Sonal. So inspiring. What's your feedback? Don't appreciate me. That is my job. It's fine with me. All I need is, did you find it, in which way it is influencing you? In which way it is enabling you is the answer I want to know. Guys, I'm waiting for some feedback. Expecting more, sir. This is a great start. Thank you, Mr. Sripati Raghav. That you have to attend the forthcoming session, then you could. It's great, but you have to attend the very intriguing. Kush, wow, very happy you use a nice word, intriguing. Yeah, said something fishy about it, huh? Good. Sudhir, thanks for motivation, Sudhir. I'm very happy if I was able to inspire you. Okay, I think we will wait for just two more messages and then we'll, because, or I can wait. I have no issues of time. Great session, very useful. Thank you, Ranjani. Ramkrishnan, sir, nice session. Thank you. Okay, yeah, it is always nice to get good accolades and appreciation and plaudits from my people. And so that's it. We virtually come to this end of the session. Interesting, and got to know some useful tips in the introductory session. Ganesh, there are many more to follow. This is what I want to tell you. This is only just a small little curtain riser I did along with Refire. Primarily, the idea is it's a very interesting practical subject. You know, you cannot, like a cat exam, you cannot be reading books and cracking interviews. Let me tell you this. And I update myself as to what's happening. I do read a lot of case histories on interviews. Therefore, constantly I am also updating myself to stay relevant to the audience. Therefore, the insights what I am sharing, they may have some references in somewhere Google and all that today, but primarily it is what I had gone through in my learning, both as an interviewer, successful interviewer, and also a failed interviewer many times too. So that is what I wanted to present. It is purely your call. Fruitful session, Sudhir. Thank you. Nice session, Prem Kumar. Is involved. One more Prem Kumar maybe. How can we join the upcoming session? Can we ask the interviewer how I performed? Ah, girl, that is a dangerous question, huh? It is. That is. I like that question because many young candidates have asked me this, and my heart goes out for them because I can understand the anxiety with which they came to get the job is what prevent them to ask this question. Um, Ideally, not, because most times in organizational interviews, there is a panel which discusses five, six candidates together and see from the relative ranking who can be offered now, who can be offered later, and so on. So it's not a good idea at the beginning to ask. You can refrain from doing that. Looking forward to future sessions. This Introverse link can kindle my interest in learning more. Thank you, Mr. Mahesh. Thank you. So we will end with that session. Just remember, I kept on repeating throughout also. Um, so just to quote based on my experience. Yeah, go ahead, Sudhir. I have time. Good session. Acha. Okay, right. So the next five session is going to be loaded with similar inputs. And if there is a feedback for a certain things to tweak, I am more than willing to tweak because that is the window I have to really add value to you. So the whole concept is keep the customer in the center. You are my customer and you have a need to be gratified in the marketplace. Can I help and equip you to meet those needs by working with you? That is the fundamental crux of the model. So I'm very happy if it made sense to you. Please, Amazon's interview process is great. Yeah, you're sure, Sripati Raghav, Amazon. That's why I said, no, each organization has their own end objectives of an interview process, right? And there are organizations which believe if I hire somebody, they should never leave the company. There are organizations which work on that syllabus, on that syllable. And there are organizations which also work, it's fine here. After 2 years, that guy become a diminishing return to me. I actually want a refresh every 2 years at certain workforce. There is also organization which live by that philosophy. I truly agree with you. I think they have Amazon's interview process is great. Only thing is, someone told if I apply in 2020, I get a job in 2021. I do not know how far it is true, but nevertheless, people are given a lot of plaudits for Amazon's experience, which I fully appreciate. Okay, I won't take much of your time. Exactly 1 hour since we are on the air. It's been a delightful experience for me. I've been absolutely stunned by the responses. Very insightful, very appreciative, very deep motivating. I would still wish some feedback improvements. मैं क्या और भी कर सकता है? What you expected that I shall do, but not done this time, is what I was seeking. Anyway, when the Refire asks for the feedback, please provide. They are one stunning bunch of youngsters who want to really do well in life, and it's so much energetic to me to be in touch with them. So the next 5 sessions, if you really sit through, I could reasonably say it will definitely add value to you. So I won't boast that after that every interview will come with offer appointment. I told it's not like sometime I told you, I grew just because I was there in the right time in the right place. Period. Nothing more. My boss resigned, and for 4 months they searched for his uh, um, replacement, and I was still senior enough in the system to be respected. But unfortunately, my organization had a different view. Nothing wrong about it. And 4 months, 5 months, two, three candidates, very highly qualified from very good B schools. They took the offer. For some strange reason, they dropped out in the nth moment. So 5 months they saw, nothing happened. In that 5 months, I behaved as if I am the head of the function. That is the only difference I made. Nobody gave me the authority. Nobody gave me the power. Nobody put an organization announcement to say Captain Raghuram will substitute Mr. So and so. Nothing. I kept doing what I used to do, but I also did what I learned from my bosses. This 5 months of work without given any authority, I delivered value to my organization. And I got a call from Bombay. Please come, Raghuram. I want to talk to you. I went and met my chief HR. He just gave me a letter in my hand. You are promoted to the same role from where your boss left. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So sometimes recruitment could be a very pleasant accident. It could be an act of God also. So don't get disheartened about interviews, one life-threatening thrill and all that, all that. Who knows here? I mean, if you are rejected, it is good for you. You have a better company next time. That's the way I used to see also. Right? The company should also deserve you. Huh? Not only you deserve the company. It could be the reverse logic also. So good. So Saban says we have an early bird offer for the next hour at 30% off. Refer is very lucky to get you. Please tell Ayush. I'm just joking. So thank you, Savan. The price and all you can take it up. Thank you. So I am signing off. 1 minute, I'm putting you off camera and oh no, it's okay. So Savan, can I close the session? Ashok. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Stay tuned. Stay alive. Don't get uh, threatened by COVID. Remember the word I said. This too shall pass. The human resilience is far, far, far more capable than anything else. All the best. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.